Hey guys! I'm live. Hey guys, what is up? My name is David MC. And today we're live. My internet has not crashed. Oh god, all day. My internet has not crashed. I swear to God. What should we do? What do y'all want to do? What do you want me to do? Alright guys. God damn. I swear to God, my internet is crashing right now. It hasn't crashed all day. Look, it hasn't crashed. It hasn't crashed all day. Let me share this to Google Plus. For those of you who alright, let me just make sure that it. Alright, sure. Alright, so what do you all want to do? What should we do? Let's look for that. Oh yeah, make sure to go follow me on. Make sure to go follow me on Google Plus, Discord, and Soundtrap, and SoundCloud. And I have some virus or something. I get the weirdest shit. I get the weirdest things because I have a virus. See this one, I guess. What the hell? Uh-oh. That looks so creepy. Wanna wait? Bruh. Oh! You know what? at the Jeffy character. Okay, you know we don't have to do that, but I'm gonna just... Make sure to go follow me. Make sure to follow me on Google Plus, Discord, and SoundCloud. Links in the About page. Anyways.
Gavin?
What?
Is that where you were?
I think
Let's see.
I'm in here. Sorry, guys. Okay. Alright, guys. Anyways. Jesus. Alright, guys, so. What do you all want to do? Books. Oh, wait, did I? No, it's fine. Look, just, how about this? What we react. The Chuck E. Cheese! Let's react to Chuck E. Cheese. Okay,
Chuck E. Cheese's, known as a place where a kid can be a kid, isn't as innocent as people make it out to be. Sure, it seems like...
Ever since I've played Five Nights at Freddy's, I've realized how creepy Chuck E. Cheese is.
Just another arcade place for kids, with a creepy robotic mascot band on the stage. But, unfortunately, I got to experience it.
Wait, the clown?
To experience the truth. The horrible truth behind Chuck E. Cheese. During the summer of 2006, I was about to be a senior.
This was uploaded around when it came out, so, like,
high school, and I needed some extra cash to buy a car, so I decided to look for a job. I searched the newspapers daily for any job openings anywhere, but I found more news stories about missing teenagers than I did job listings. It was a strange time. My parents didn't want me going out anywhere, and most parents kept their children indoors at all times. It was the 6th miss...
Okay, I'm gonna guess. The Chucky is like Freddy, and it wants to kill children at night. This is pretty much Five Nights at Freddy's.
Missing teenager that month. It was in the paper, on the news, it was everywhere. They all seemed to be either...
This is probably just Five Nights at Freddy's.
16 or 17 years old. I came from a small town in Pennsylvania, but these disappearances brought a lot of attention to our town. However, these reports didn't stop me from going out to look for a job. I lived about 10 minutes away walking distance from a big strip mall that had a Chuck E. Cheese in it, and when I was applying to some stores in that strip mall, I noticed that the Chuck E. Cheese had a help wanted sign on the door, so I went in to apply. I asked the employee standing by the entrance for a job application, and without responding, he called for a manager. A man, probably in his late 40s, walked to me and greeted me, immediately asking when I could start. He didn't even interview or talk with me, he just basically offered me the job right away. This shocked me because
I would be skeptical.
I had never heard of a job that didn't require some kind of interview. I told him I could start work immediately. The man told me to come back the next day to be trained and to receive the employee uniform. I left the place so excited I didn't even think about how weird it was. I had just gotten a job. Now I could save up for a car before school starts. It wasn't until I got back home that I started to realize how strange it was that I was spontaneously offered a job with no interviewing. They basically just hired a complete stranger. How did they know if I was qualified or able to do the job? I imagined that they were just really short-staffed and decided to just be happy I got the job. That night, I did some research on what I would most likely be doing as my job. I found out that most new employees would either be cleaning up or dressing as the Chuck E. Cheese mascot. Ugh, great, I thought. I really didn't want to have to walk around in that thing. I went back the next day around 4 o'clock. The manager greeted me and gave me a red shirt with the Chuck E. Cheese logo. He then proceeded to show me what it was I would be doing, which was cleaning.
Why is the Chucky's eyes like all over the place? And his mouth so creepy.
Tables, sweeping floors, and cleaning and maintaining the robotic mascots. I was relieved that he didn't mention dressing in the Chucky costume, but I didn't understand what he meant by maintaining the robotic mascots. I asked him what he meant by that, and he explained that sometimes the animatronics get quirky,
This is so Five Nights at Freddy's.
particularly Chucky. He explained that sometimes, even in their idle states, the animatronics get overheated and need to be cooled down, or they might break or glitch. So my job was to prevent that by spraying the fur of the robots with a bottle containing some kind of liquid, probably water. Somehow that would
This is pretty much Five Nights at Freddy's.
cool down the animatronics or something. I didn't see how that made sense, but I didn't question it. It seemed easy enough. After showing me all of this, the manager asked me if I was ready to start working today. I was shocked, but I was anxious to make money, so I told him yes. It was only then that he finally introduced himself as John and asked me for my name. After I introduced myself, he seemed in a hurry to leave. Before I stopped him and asked him if he needed my personal information and worker's card since I was only 17. He chuckled and responded, "Don't worry about that, bud. This job is off the books." I asked him what I should start doing and when my shift ended. He told me to clean tables for now and to leave when instructed. After this, he stormed out of the building without even saying goodbye or good luck. I stood there, feeling awkward and extremely confused. What kind of job was this? Leave when instructed? How long were they going to keep me in here? And they didn't need any of my information? I got started cleaning tables and continued to do so for a while. It wasn't so bad so far. About an hour into my shift, an employee told me to go backstage and clean up the robots before their show. John the manager had showed me the stage earlier, and cleaning these furry robots seemed easy. I filled a bucket with soapy water and brought some paper towels over to the robots. They all seemed perfectly clean, just like I expected. Why would they get dirty in the first place? But I figured I should just do it anyway. I started with the character all the way on the right, the human one dressed like a chef. I rubbed a damp paper towel around its face, not that it changed much. It looked just as clean afterwards. I repeated this process until I reached the Chucky robot, which was all the way on the left side. This one definitely seemed the most realistic, even to the point where